Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Gabe Lab. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a minute since I made a video like this. I think we're going to almost 2 months now, if not 2 months already. Oh man, so first of all, before I go into anything else, I'd like to apologize for the break in consistent videos like this. I've been posting some shorts, but I've not posted an actual YouTube video like this in a while. And that's on me. I gotta do better about that. However, on some other conversation, I was working on some things, personal stuff about my life as well. However, I was also working on some things with my studio. As you can clearly see, my background looks a little bit better. My microphone is definitely a lot better. I got this nice boom arm from Best Buy, and I got this microphone as well. And basically, all of this really hindered a lot of things because I didn't just want to dive into buying whatever kind of microphone. I had to do my research. I had to not do my research, but also I had to save the money for it. So all of those things combined together, I was like, you know what, I need to do my best, provide the best content out there for you guys. And yeah, my video is looking a lot better. My audio is also looking a lot better. I have nice ring lights, studio light actually over here that helps me out a lot. Got this Rode microphone, pod mic, USB, and I also got this the Rode boom arm. So yeah, I'm really excited for this video. I'm not going to talk too much about all of this, but the setup is looking better than before. So yeah, enough talk about the setup and whatever is looking good. As long as y'all can hear me very well, I have accomplished my goal. So quick update, during my hiatus, and I like to call it a hiatus because I pretty much stopped posting videos like this for a while. I was working upon taking some police department examinations, and I've passed all of the examinations, written examinations so far, as well as pass the physical examinations as well. And that's pretty much what I've been working on, and I hope it pans out and turns out well, because I would like to go back into becoming a police officer like I wanted to initially, which is what started this whole channel in the first place. And actually, speaking about police departments and hiring and everything, that is what today's video is about. Today's video is about police department and hiring phase. So when I went for my so quick background, right? When I went for my police exams at like this pseudo department, people saw me and they were like, we know you, we've seen you from somewhere. I just can't remember your face, and I would just look at it like, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna let them figure it out. But guys, y'all don't make me into a celebrity. I'm not a celebrity at all, I promise you. I'm not even close to it. I'm just joking. However, when I went for these police examinations, they would see me and basically ask my advice, because I've been through the academy as well, and I'll give the best advice I could at the time. So yeah, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead, once I get my studio set up, which is now set up, I'm gonna go ahead and make a video about the police department and the hiring phases. So today's video is specifically meant for just one thing, and that's to talk about the hiring phases in the police department. So the hiring phases for police departments are pretty long, depending on the police department that you apply to. So in my experience, and take it from me, I've applied to a bunch of these. In my experience, most police departments start with the written examination. Once you take the written examination, the next phase is usually like the physical examination. But some departments said when I went to the last one, they didn't have a physical examination yet. They said it's going to be later on in the hiring process. Other department, after the written examination, is a physical examination. And then they call you back, and the next phase is background investigation. You have, depending on how your background investigation goes, you're probably going to have an interview. After your interview, you're probably going to have, if it goes well, after your interview, you're probably going to have the, after your interview, if it goes well, you're probably going to have the, I had a little brain fart for a second, but I believe after the interview, if everything goes over your interview and the panel election, of course, the next phase is probably going to be polygraph. If not polygraph, medical. Well, most times it's polygraph. Then you have the medical, you have psychological exams, you have your medical exams, and then I believe, depending on the department that you go to, you might have another interview with your police chief or deputy chief of police type stuff. And basically, every department has a different, it all goes around the same steps. However, sometimes it's not in order. You know, sometimes it could be like background investigation. Sometimes it could be like written examination, physical examination, background investigation, and interview. And then some people like go straight to like medical for psychological. And some people literally, while you're taking a written examination, they do a whole background investigation immediately. Every department is different, from what I've noticed anyway. So because piling all of these hiring phases into one video can be so long, today we're going to be talking about just each of them, and I'm going to try and split each hiring phase into each video. And today we're going to be talking about the number one step that I've seen most departments follow with, and that is what? The written examination. Let's get it. So every department has a different way in which they give you the written examinations. However, there's a particular pattern that you can always follow when it comes to written examinations. For example, you have some examinations that most that they're gonna have a mathematics in there, and it's not like anything crazy mathematics, unless you're going to like a major department that really cares about mathematics. Most departments, they just give like the regular simple addition, subtraction, a little word problem, and algebra. Nothing too crazy, and then you get that done. And then of course they're gonna have English, because you have to be pretty good at English, and the English mostly has to do with like spelling, synonyms, grammar, reading comprehension, maps, things like those. And most other departments that I've seen as well, after giving you the mathematics and the all English sections that just broke down, you also have sections that deal with specifically situational judgment or your human relations skill. And these are some of the things that the written examination that I've been through compile of. And one anomaly that I've seen one time from and it's only one out of like I think 8 different departments, or probably even 10. I can't remember the particular number, but out of at least 8 to 10 departments that I've taken their exam with, I have noticed only one has had this particular anomaly. I'm not going to say the department's name, however, there's one that's had this anomaly, and that was where they had a memorization examination. So the memorization examination was like it's in the name, memorization. They would give you a bunch of passages, one passage that shows you the face of the person and the face of, say, the culprit or suspect, the face of the person, and the physical features, all of that. Then just underneath you see like the reports about this person is a tall dark male, tall white male, 5'6", then they'll give like the details of like the dates the incident occurred, or like dates or the plate number, things like those. And you guys get the message, and you're gonna get at least like maybe 3 or 4 passages of something exactly like that. They give you a little time to like memorize it, and once your time is up, you flip the page, and you can't go back to that initial page. You flip the page, and yeah, you get tested from everything you just learned, whether from the first, from the second, third, fourth, paragraph or passage with the pictures and everything. You're gonna have to answer everything. So I hope your memorization skills are pretty good. If you guys know what my cross is about, then my cross from Suits, then you wish you have some photographic memory right now. But yeah, that's pretty much what these exams compile of. That was the only one department that I noticed the anomaly. Not every department is like that. No, every department is like that. Every department is different. But that was the only one department that I noticed that had that particular feature whereby you did memorization skill. It's pretty cool. Made the exam a lot harder. And also that same department was the only one that I know that made the math a lot harder than it was supposed to be. So it wasn't just your general run-of-the-mill addition, subtraction. I still passed it, but it wasn't just your regular addition, subtraction type stuff, algebra. No, this was a lot more intense with things like trigonometry. If you guys know what trigonometry is about, well, yeah. But don't worry, not to fear though. Not every department is like this. I personally feel like if you study and give some time into some study guides, you'll be just fine. I want you guys to know I'm speaking about police department exams in Texas. I've never taken, not even once, a police department exam out of Texas. So this is my experience from someone who has been taking exams in Texas. And departments follow some study guides, and if you go online, they have some that they call NPost. They have another one called NPSC, probably the same thing. I could honestly not tell. I just study. They have another one that's called I think posts. I can't remember the full names. Actually, I'm gonna put that up somewhere, maybe here, maybe there. I don't know, but I'm gonna put that up of what they look like. There's the NPST, the N posts. So this is probably the guys that police departments follow in giving you the exam that they give you eventually. So honestly, most departments also, let me get that out of the way. Most departments want you to get us above 70 in every exam. And in Texas, if you have your DD214, you get an extra automatic 5 points. So that's good to know. So remember, whenever you're going for your exam, whenever that's gonna be, take your DD214 with you. Or if you get a chance, just submit the document online. But either ways, I have DD214 with you just in case. It gives you an extra 5 points, and those extra 5 points could be the difference between you and failing, and between you passing and you failing. And some departments, and most departments, require you to get above 70 in every exam, like the whole thing above 70, which is not impossible to get at all. I promise you, it's not impossible to get. However, some departments only require like 65. I've seen one department, guys, I promise you, I've seen only one department that requires 65, but most of them, they require above 70. And once you get above 70, honestly, you're good to go. And you'll be just fine. But if you study hard, give some time into studying, practice your mathematics, practice your English. Don't think I'm good at English, I should be alright. No, practice everything. Practice your situational judgment and human relation skills by taking some study guides. Take as many study guides as you can. It doesn't matter whether it's NPOS or NPST or whatever I just mentioned. Take all of them. Is what I did to help me out a lot. Take every single one of them. Also on your mathematics, because I know I personally used to struggle with mathematics a lot. Like I'm pretty good with like the general run-of-the-mill regular mathematics, but when you get deeper into things like trigonometry, calculus, or science and whatever, I get a little, it tricks me up a little bit. I'm like, okay, slow your roll. One question that's always affected me when it comes to police department exams in mathematics has always been the calculating speed, calculating distance, calculating time. It's not impossible, it's just sometimes it tricks me up a little bit. But if you study enough, one thing I would recommend is study your mathematics, have your weaknesses, and be like, write them down. I'll suggest them, like, write them down. Write down your weaknesses. Write down when you practice and you see the ones you fail and you see you're not still getting it, write them down. If it's algebra, write it down. If it's addition and subtraction, write it down. If it's word problems are questions that they ask you when they say things like, if a man is 70 years old and his son is half his age, how old would the son be when the dad is like 90 years old? These are questions like that. And it's not impossible to get. It's a very, very easy question, actually. I actually just did that same question in the police department exam recently, and that's why I remember that particular question. But yeah, write those down. That's what I did. Write them down. And then go back and actually like Google or research, whatever you want to do. Practice those actual sections is what I did, and it helps out a lot. Practice actual sections, not with the study guide. Like just go ahead and research and learn about mathematics, word problem mathematics, algebra, whatever, and actually practice those ones if those things are a problem to you. But if they're not, then brush up yourself a little bit, but don't be too worried about it. But like I said, guys, that's really it for this video. Practice your situational judgment and immersion skills. The last few exams I've had, the first 40 questions are like mathematics, English. They check your spelling, they check your synonyms, check your reading comprehension. They even give like map questions about, okay, the qualification is like, if the CDO is on like this particular avenue, what's the fastest way and legal way to get to the police station from the CDO? And they give you options like maybe take south on Bredesen, take north on this, or take east, take south on Bredesen, take east on West Avenue. And they give you things like that. I don't know how to give you our question right now, but they give you questions like this about maps, and those cover like several sections. However, from like this 40th question, or maybe like even the 45th question, it's like 100th question. If your department gives you 100 questions, from like the 40th or 45th question to all the way to the end, in my experience, from what I've seen with the departments that give you 100 questions, everything is nothing but situational judgment and human relation skill, which is funny because, and this is my own personal view, not every person, like my answer to a particular human relation skill might not be your answer. Does that mean I'm wrong though? So actually, they give you a particular situation, right? They say, for example, let's say, for example, they give you a question like, and these are questions that are in sample and study guides, so I'm not doing anything wrong over here. Let's say for a human relation question, let me just think of something off the top of my head. But let's say, for example, a good example of situational judgment / human relation skill will be something like this. You went to a shift, and during your shift, before you start your shift, you decide to like go through your vehicle, and while going through your vehicle, you notice a flashlight, or you notice like a knife or something that belongs to God knows who. Then they ask you they give you like two options. They ask you, okay, what's the most appropriate answer? Like they give you like two questions. The number one question is like, what's the most appropriate answer, or what's the least appropriate answer? And they give you a bunch of options, like say, return the thing to your supervisor, don't call your supervisor and keep it for yourself, call your supervisor but lie to him. And they give you a bunch of options like those that are like all related or whatever, but they want you to like pick the most appropriate answer. So there are some questions, there's some answers there that might just be right, but they want you to pick the most correct answer. So in that kind of option, to be freshman call it now, take it and turn it into your supervisor, and probably like even leave a report for it. And the least appropriate answer, of course, in that kind of scenario would be to like, so we saw two options of what I said was, one was keep it for yourself and don't send it to the supervisor, and there's another option that says call supervisor and lie to the supervisor. So yeah, in that conversation, those are very, very close answers. What are you gonna go with? I mean, I would think going with keep it for yourself and don't say anything is bad, but calling the supervisor and lying about it is just as bad. So questions like those is what you're gonna see during the situational judgment human relation skill. If I can show a better example, I would mute myself and show you on the screen a better example of situational judgment example. But if I can't find anyone, then yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is about when it comes to police examinations. Just to go over real quick: mathematics, English, your synonyms, learn words, learn the definition of words, your grammar, learn about your grammar and learn about your grammar, be better at it. Reading comprehension, it's important, learn about that, so do your study guide on all those. Maps, yeah, and that's mostly it. And the last few things you're gonna see is situational judgments and human relation skill questions. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I'm gonna make some more videos about the next hiring phases and explain some more. If you have any questions about the written examination, please feel free to go in the comment section and leave a comment about the written examinations. If you guys have other if you guys have other study guide sources that I did not know about, please feel free to share and help others that are trying to take the police examinations and want to pass it on the first go. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope I was able to cover everything about written examinations. But if you guys are out there that listen to this video, have other options for written examinations that can help out other people, please feel free to drop in the comment section and help others out. I tried my best to cover as much as possible. I'm gonna drop the link and the sources, some of these study guides, so all of you can practice and how it has helped me out in the past, and hopefully help you guys out during your whole process as well. And yeah, the police examination, written examination, is really easy, and is how the police pretty much weeds out those, like, it's the first step in weeding out, because there's gonna be a bunch of applicants. You're gonna get like 120 applicants probably for every exam, and it's pretty much how the police department uses to like weed out those who are gonna be there for the next phases and all stuff like that. But yeah, my next video is gonna cover things like physical examination and like the physical part of it all. And and also the next phase is like the screening, the background interviews, things like that. I'm gonna make some more videos about those. I promise you guys, I'm gonna make some more videos about those. There's not gonna be a long drought like there was in the previous time. I'm going maybe every 2 weeks I'm gonna post other videos. But yeah, this is pretty much everything about written examinations. And yeah, good luck to every single person taking the written examination. Good luck to every single person planning on taking the written examination. I wish you guys good luck with everything, and I think you got this. I believe you got this. You gotta believe in yourself as well. Practice, 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 and when you go for the exam, you're gonna be just fine. If you practice a lot, even if you have anxiety, it's gonna turn it down a little bit. I'm not saying it's not gonna be there, but when you practice a lot, anxiety is gonna turn down some. But you got this, man. Every girl and guy going out there taking the exam, you got this, guys. Good luck with it. And just like always, it's your boy Gabe Lab. Peace. Next time I see you again.